We are Fran and Rich, and for the last 7 years we've been pootling along the canals and rivers of England and Wales with our 2 dogs, Jess and Archie. Sadly, there is only Archie left now, but we've added to our adventures Percy the motorhome. So why not stick around and follow us on our further travels?
It's blooming freezing. We've got about a quarter of a tank of water, we think. But look, that's frozen. That's empty. So who knows?
To the cafe then for our cups of tea.
Yeah, hot chocolate and coffee in the cafe.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
We're off for a little walk to see the River Severn just the side of us here.
There's something about the Severn and the estuary that is really drawing me to it, and every day I want to try and walk down here. I don't know why, but it's jolly cold, isn't it?
It's been very cold at night, getting down to something like -3, 4, and really cold, frosty starts. But we have got to move the boat today because we need water. We've almost run out of water. The pump on the boat is making those strange noises it makes when there's not much water in the tank. So we've got to move, but we're a bit unsure as to whether the water taps are going to be functional.
Yeah, I think the one that near us is frozen. Where we've got a tap very close to us, but that's frozen. And we don't know how far we've got to go. There's a Facebook group that I've put a message on to ask anybody if they know if taps are working, and the only messages I've got back is that they're frozen. So we'll get some somewhere, but who knows? If
the water points are frozen, then we'll probably have to go into Saul Marina and beg some water from them.
And it's the first time in 6-7 years nearly that this has happened to us, because normally you know that a canal can freeze. And so as soon as the temperature looks like it's going to drop, you make sure you're full of water. But because it's almost unheard of that this canal freezes because there's too much of a flow, we sort of relaxed a little bit about it.
Haven't we? Yeah.
I didn't think that the taps might freeze. So we've learned, after 7 years, we're still learning lessons.
Well, the sunshine's gone now, so we'll just have a quick look down by the river and get ourselves back and move for water and coal.
Yeah, and then we'll be all cozied up, and it's a lovely feeling, the best feeling when you've got coal, you've got power, you've got water. It's just the best feeling on the boat, isn't it? So that's what we need to do.
When you know you've not got to be anywhere or do anything.
Yeah.
Right, let's have a look at this here river then. This large bend in the River Severn is called the Noose. The river opens up to 2 kilometres across, and on the horizon is the Forest of Dean on the other side of the river. blowing something chronic.
It's like a North Pole wind, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm just fascinated by this river. Absolutely fascinated. I've got to start looking a little bit more into the history of it, because it's incredible that boats used to come up this far. You can see it's just mud at the moment. The river's almost out. I think the tide is almost out. All along this little bit of the riverbank, there are places called Pills, P-I-L, and apparently going back, I think medieval times, it was places where boats could come in, like a little, well, maybe adaptation of the word pool. They're not sure, but to think that boats must have come up, it was so treacherous.
And they've only got sail power
on those tides and get stuck on those mud banks. I can't imagine it.
The knowledge of the river must have been immense, you know, knowing where the sandbanks are, when the tides are happening. You know, it's just amazing to think that 500, 600, 700 years ago, they were navigating this river, bringing their goods up.
As far as Gloucester, is that right?
Yeah.
I mean, I just think it's incredible, really is incredible. But I'd love to learn more. Just after we came here, there was a talk in one of the village halls from mariners of the past from this area, but we weren't in the right place at the right time. But I'd love to do that again, find out more. Fascinating history.
Amazing place.
And also on these mud banks right behind us, there's a place where the mudlarkers come, going through the mud looking for fossils, and some of the things they find down here are just incredible. So that's on my wish list, Rich.
Yeah, but knowing our luck, we'll get up to our waists in mud and the tide will be coming in.
Yeah, well, we'll watch that, but yeah.
let's not.
Let's join a group and do it safely.
Yeah. There's too much rubbish here for us to even start picking up, Fran.
You can't begin. Nice bookshelf there, though, if you want one.
It just goes to show the might of this river, doesn't it? With all these tree trunks pushed up on the bend of this river. Big old tides. It's starting to rain. It's not nice rain, it's cold, sleety type rain.
Yes.
So we're going to walk the 45 minutes back to the boat, have a cuppa, and then we're going to have to move and get this water sorted.
It's not all sunshine and roses on a boat, and we really would rather not be moving today, but this is what happens, and this is boat life, and if you're not prepared to put up with it, then don't do it. But we've got to go, so we're not really moaning.
Hey ho. But lots of people have been asking us how Archie's getting on without Jess by his side, and he's doing well, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's a different dog, definitely a different dog.
Absolutely.
Now. He's much more interested in other dogs when you're out walking. He's never been aggressive, but he's even friendlier now.
Yeah.
And he's much more affectionate with us. He's with us all the time now. Jess was definitely top dog, and he used to follow her lead, and he's had to find his new place, I think.
And he doesn't wolf his dinners down anymore, does he? You know, he's... because with Jess around, I think he just used to gobble it down in case she was interested in his dinners. But he's doing well. He actually comes up on the sofa in the evenings now, which was a no-no before. So we're getting softer, I think. But yeah, he's doing okay. He's digging at the moment, so we can't interrupt him.
But we can get going home, can't we?
Let's. The relatively mild westerly climate here in Gloucestershire suits the semi-parasitic plant of mistletoe, and scanning the horizon you can see them adorning trees everywhere. Just a short journey today, 4 miles from Patch Bridge near Slimbridge to the marina at Seoul Junction. This is the Black Shed Cafe at Patch Bridge. They kindly allowed us to fill up our 5-litre bottle of water just in case we couldn't find water further on. They do great breakfasts and cakes, and they're even dog friendly. The bridge keepers here on the Gloucester and Sharpness Canal are a friendly bunch, always asking us if we're going through the next bridge so they can phone ahead and get the bridge open for us in readiness. We've arrived at the water point. Sadly, that one's frozen too. So it's onwards and upwards. Just before that bridge, turn right and into the marina. Here we are at Seoul Junction, just going past R.W. Davis and Sons, famous boat builders of seaworthy vessels and canal boats. When the red light flashes, it means that the bridge keeper, who's in that building just the right hand side there of the bridge keeper's cottage, as soon as he sees me, the light will flash red and then green, and I'll be able to proceed. I'm going into reverse now because there might be a boat coming from the marina on the right hand side, so I'll just have to wait a moment. The bridge keeper is viewing events from a screen in his office. There we go, we've got green and I can proceed. The bridge won't open as I don't need it to, as I'm turning immediately right just before. It's a bit of a tricky manoeuvre this, and I wouldn't fancy doing it in a wide beam boat. All the bridge keepers have telephone numbers you can call to let them know you're approaching. We did call, but there was no answer, so I was frantically indicating with my right arm from the back of the boat my direction of travel. He clearly saw me because the bridge hasn't opened. There's no other way of doing this other than slowly, so I'm just slipping into reverse and letting the momentum of the boat swing around with the occasional blast from the bow thruster. Nicely done, if I say so myself. This lovely green and cream Dutch barge is for sale. Dates from about 1908 and has had some plating done to it and a refurbished engine, and is up for sale. So if you've got the time and the wherewithal, and of course the money, that would make a great project. So now we're on the Stroudwater navigation, which is under restoration by the Cotswold Canals Trust, and if you'd like to know more, check out this video from last month.
You're a master at it now, though.
Well, fortunately, as Fran just said, I'm a master at it now, and there's not a bit of wind blowing today, which makes this tricky manoeuvre all the more easier. But having said that, last time I negotiated this manoeuvre, the wind was howling, I turned too soon, and I clattered and banged my way through this narrow gap. So 6 bags of coal and a full tank of water and we're ready to go. Not only was the water points frozen on the canal, but we'd left our hosepipe out and that was frozen too. So the kind guy on Morpheus next to us lent us his hose.
Well, we made it back. We've come back to Frampton. It's one of our favourite mooring spots, and the evening is just gorgeous.
Well, the sun's popping down. It's only about 4 o'clock, but it seems a bit later. It's been a long old day. But we're full of water, full of coal.
Yeah, we've got 6 bags of coal,
Yeah.
tank of water. I've got some sweeties from the shop.
Superb. What more could we want? So that's us, hunker down for the night. But before you go, I just wanted to talk to you about our new logo that I've revamped.
Oh, yes.
So this is our new logo. It's a bit brighter, a bit more dynamic, and says a bit more about our lifestyle, we think. And if you go to floatingourboat.com, scroll down the page to find our new merchandise section, there you'll find new t-shirts, mugs, caps, and all sorts of stuff you didn't know you needed. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching again, and we'll see you on the next one.